Take you on a journey which will never be made by man or woman again. It's the journey from the old Victoria Station in Rutland Street. The Victoria Station, as you know, or may not know, was opened in 1865 and closed in 1964. Swansea, up through Klein Valley and on to Shrewsbury was, I think, one of the most beautiful rail trips in the whole of Great Britain. That, of course, is apart from the view of the gasworks, which you just saw. Here's the jail. Oh, and incidentally, you might be glad to know, for future reference, that in this jail there's an excellent branch light, which residents have highly commended. Now we go along the sands, the roundabouts and the swings. Past the bars. That shouting, by the way, is the shouting of the driver to his fireman, because we came very near to the engine to take this picture. The deputy librarian was one side of the train and I was the other, so that we could board almost the last trip of this train. There you see the Paddy Pavilion and the cricket field. You'll notice, incidentally, already some alterations. We pass now the Cenotaph. And the lodge of the University College. Here are the new buildings, now, by this time, very much more advanced, as you know. This was taken early in 1964. There you saw the pond at the bottom of Sketty Lane and the hospital, the new hospital, by this time very nearly completed. Passing now the golf links, the very popular golf links. Passing the signal box just before the bridge. And approaching the bridge across the Mumbles Road. You see the piles of sand here, always a major problem in the administration of this railway line. Looking across the bay, through the haze at Mumbles Head. Now, actually now, crossing the Mumbles Road, looking down on Edo, which has proved such a popular addition to Swansea's amenities. Hundreds of children will spend many happy hours at this delightful paddling and boating pool. Now we approach the station of Mumbles Road. Gradually slowing down. Many people who lived in Dunvant and Klein used to come down to this station on the steam train and transfer to the Mumbles train in the old days. Now, of course, they come down in their cars. And that, perhaps, is why the train doesn't run anymore. All looking rather sad and deserted. And indeed, a few days later, it was completely deserted. God waving us on. Passing now the caravan site at Blackpill. Originally meant, I think, as a holiday site, but many of the people who live here now reside there permanently. Very attractive place to live. Past one of the railway workers' cottages. You hear that we are quite near the engine. We can hear the voices of the driver and the fireman. Soon we'll see the stack of the Swansea brickworks, the Klein brickworks. The Klein Valley brickworks. It would be difficult, I think, to find a more lovely train journey. Approaching Calais, this little station had been abandoned for a very long time, and in fact you can see the grass and the weeds growing over the platform. Here the Dunvant housing estate, just a few months ago, but even by this time there are probably many hundreds more houses built. There are 3 or 4 estates just there, between Dunvant and Calais, again where we have a very good branch library. Going on now towards Dunvant station, also abandoned for a very long time, and looking even more derelict, I think, than Calais, with the grass practically covering the platform here, and grass and weeds growing, you see, between the railway lines and between the sleepers, and an odd little sign saying, "Beware of the trains." There is the Dunvant brickworks. Next station is Gowerton, and of course we stop at Gowerton. It's been one of the stopping places for some time. Approaching the station. This Gowerton station has been in use for a very long time, but still it shows marked signs of neglect and disrepair, and we can see how the grass is growing around the little buildings there. In any case, this too is now completely abandoned. On the right you see the ICI Wonala works, and on the left the Elba Steelworks. You notice that we crossed the railway line there, the old Great Western Railway line, which linked up at Gowerton. We also passed the Groves End Steelworks and the tin plate works too. There's the tin plate works. Here we are at Gowerton, one of the regular stopping places. Again showing signs of neglect and disrepair. They were very sad about this old line being given up too, although they're assured of their jobs. Here's the tip from a local coal mine. Pontarddulais ahead of us. Looking out now for the signal. And the signal allows us through. We're getting in the picture, and his fireman. Where's that fireman? There he is. On again towards Pontarddulais. Now we enter the Pontarddulais station. At the end of the steam ride, and in the station, as an emblem of the new faith British Railways, we see coming in from Llanelli the new diesel train. Much sleeker, much more efficient perhaps, but not half as romantic as the old Puff Puff. Stays a little while at the station, but I'm afraid only one passenger mount. And of course that probably is the reason why all these trains have been taken off. We just don't use them. And so we see it on its way to Shrewsbury. And as we turn to Swansea, we see that the signal says stop to trains from Swansea to Pontarddulais forever and evermore.